plan today because I'm following, like, what would Emma Chamberlain do, you know? Like, what would Jesus do, but 2018 edition and trendier? Was that offensive? Fat disclaimer. If you don't care about the disclaimer and just want to see the vlog, skip to right here. But if you do that, please don't leave a hate comment just because I feel like that's a little bit unfair because you didn't educate yourself on my reasoning and I'm talking really fast because I'm nervous, okay? Contrary to my YouTube comments, I am not trying to be Emma Chamberlain, with the exception of this video. I decided to make this video for two reasons. The first being that Emma's freaking amazing. I think we're all aware of that by now. The second and main reason is that the constant comparison was starting to get on my nerves a little bit, and it made me kind of sad, if I'm being honest. So I thought that this video, since it's not really that serious, would be a good way to channel all of those feelings into something more positive. Emma has inspired so much of the YouTube community, myself included. However, I think there's a difference between being inspired by someone and trying to be them. For example, I've always had this weird sarcastic sense of humor. It's not like I saw Emma's social blade and changed into a completely different person. I thought it would be a fun little challenge to try and follow the format of our Queen Emma Chamby's vlogs, so enjoy a nice downgraded rendition of that. Emma stans, please don't come for me. Obviously, we're gonna start off our day with a bagel. Gonna have it with some vegan butter. Classic. Actually, I have no idea if this is vegan. I'm gonna look it up. I can't believe it's not butter vegan.
Interesting question, Sydney.
Well, that just didn't freaking answer my question.
Who is calling me?
It's Brittany, bitch.
I don't know who it is, and my mom said not to talk to strangers. So, what was I doing? Yeah, it just says it contains milk. So, like, we tried our hardest. We were really out here, but it's just not vegan. Yes. I can't decide if this video is going to be me acting like her or just vlogging like her. So expect a weird mixture of both. Yeah, so the weird mixture of both is exactly what happened. You can kind of see the struggle because part of me was like, okay, you gotta act like Emma does when she's had 6 coffees. But then the other part of me was just like, nah, I can't do it. Sorry that this video is kind of confusing, but mainly what I do is do things that Emma Chamberlain would do. And I also edited a lot like her, as you can tell from the fact that I'm holding this little microphone. I don't know. Well, guess they're just getting extra hydrated today. We gotta get coffee, obviously, iced almond milk latte or die. Best case scenario, we just make it at home. Well, guess what? Emma uses Whole Foods milk, like a specific almond milk, and where I live doesn't have a Whole Foods, so can't really do that one. It would just be disrespectful to her recipe to not use the right almond milk. Also, I would get attacked, I feel like. So we're not gonna do that. Second best case scenario, we just drive to Phil's. Well, do you know what? Where I live doesn't have a Phil's. There's actually not one within like over 100 miles, so can't really do that one either. So we are going to be settling for some random coffee. To compensate, we are going to be going to an artsy cafe. I actually don't know how to get there, so we're just gonna pull over real quick.
Don't be cruel.
Use the right 2 lanes. Use the right lane.
Why?
In a quarter mile.
Shut up!
Turn.
I got a love that keeps me waiting. Ugh. Vibes all the way.
Love me. Yeah. If that's what you wanna do.
Can I have an iced almond milk latte? Here she is. I could have gotten an artsy montage, but there were so many people in there, and it's not like it's Phil's anyway, so. Right now I'm at the movie theater, and I have like 20 minutes to kill because I have to pick up my siblings. I'm aware that Emma is an only child, but you can't really just make your siblings disappear. Well, not legally anyway. This morning I kind of had to like get ready for the vlog. The bagel was not actually how I started my morning, so that's the tea, sis. I think it's fairly obvious that I've really never said that phrase in that type of context before because it seriously pained me to watch that back, so we will not be doing that again. Anyways, I went to get gas, and I always pull up to the first pump, which, like, I don't know why. I was pumping my gas and then it was raining, so I went inside my car to wait, and I look out this little rear view mirror and I freaking see this huge truck just right behind me, and the guy is just staring at me like we're making eye contact through mirrors. Do you know what I mean? In this moment, I got a little bit stressed because I didn't really know if I was supposed to move or if he needed this one specifically, but he was inches away from my car, and I was like, bruh, like, are you gonna stop moving? I look behind and I'm kind of like, he kind of reads my stress level and he's just like,
You're good.
am I? Even though he gave me that little nod and said like, oh, continue what you're doing, I just couldn't at that point. So I got out of my car and I actually stopped pumping my gas. Like, I never do that. I always fill it up all the way, but I just couldn't. Because I was at the first pump on the end, I guess that's the only pump that like the trucks can go up to because they're like too big for the other ones. I don't know. To make a long story short, I stopped pumping my gas because there's a truck behind me and I got scared. I love telling a story and then realizing that literally none of you care. I have some fun activities planned for the rest of the day because I'm sure that you guys are already bored, but that's just how it's gonna be. I want to go to 2 different locations for thrift shopping. I think we have a St. Vincent de Paul's, but I've never been there, and also Goodwill. Might try and do a photo shoot later. It was raining earlier, so I thought that that wouldn't work out, but now it's kind of nice out. Might just have to do that. That's a pretty jam-packed day, so like we'll see if we have enough time for that. That's kind of a lot to handle. Don't know if we can do it, but we're gonna be out here, boys. Goodbye. And we're back to being a fake only child. I'm going to the St. Vincent de Paul thrift store first because it closes in like an hour and 15 minutes. While I was in there, it legitimately started pouring. And because I'm an idiot, guess where my rain jacket was? The car. To add to the fun story, I actually pulled my shirt over my head, and now the shirt is like kind of stretched out. Like, I don't know if you can see in the clips, but it like dips down lower, so. I got a couple of things. I would do a haul right now, but I have a feeling the audio is gonna be really bad. We're gonna do a fun try-on haul at home. I gave no context for this, but we're doing the try-on haul now. Heck yeah, I got this green Mickey sweatshirt because it's kind of vintage and cool, and I don't know why I was drawn to it, but it was also $2, so. I snatched this Ralph Lauren t-shirt, which I was pretty proud of. Also, it was in the men's section, but I think it's kind of sick. Lastly, I got this kind of preppy looking pullover, and it's navy and white, which is perfect for me because those are Penn State colors. I wanted to have a stupid little Instagram photo shoot, so welcome to the park. Why can't I breathe? Oh my god. That honestly made me so tired. In case you didn't know the rules of an Instagram-worthy photo shoot, you have to recruit a random family member, so I got my brother. And they just have to take a ton of pictures of you until they actually hate you. That's what happens to Matthew every time. Sorry. Do you see the sweat that is literally dripping down my face right now? That's so hot. All the pictures are probably gonna be really ugly, but I don't care. Ooh, check out my neck sweat.
Ew.
Fun fact, I have no idea where my phone is. I don't know if I left it at the park or what, but what the? I left it at the park. I love being stupid. My favorite pastime. If you had to rate the phone retrieving experience, how would you rate it?
Well, there was people there this time, so like a -3 out of 10.
Yes. Ooh. I've seen our girl Emma take some LaCroix and then add in these little lime packets. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so nothing I ever film goes to plan. I was looking for lime packets that you pour in because that's what Emma does, and that's kind of the whole point of this video. I went to Target. They didn't have anything. Then I went to Walmart. I see this huge selection filled with a bunch of these packets and flavors and literally everything you could imagine except for lime, which was literally the entire purpose of me being there. Since I went to Target first, I had already purchased the LaCroix, so I was already in too deep. I don't really know what this is, but I picked this one because it was the only one that said lime on it at all. All the other ones said true lemon, and even though it's black cherry flavor, just, I don't know, just know that I tried, okay? It was really out there, and I did not succeed, but you know what, that's just how life goes. I'm also here because I'm gonna use a face mask. This is one from like Urban Outfitters or something. You know, I just needed to be zen for a few minutes because today was so exhausting. I am just not that high energy normally, so I think that just proves that I literally can't be Emma Chamberlain if I even tried. This is terrifying, so I'll be back in 15 minutes when it's done with its friggin' voodoo magic, I don't know. Look how weird that is off my face. Now that my face is all moist and I've had a minute to myself, I think it's about time that we recap this whole thing. That was just really hard to do, and if you can't tell, I've kind of given up the act. I don't even know if I ever really started the act just because I feel like it's so hard to pretend to be another person because that's just not natural. Do I think Emma and I are similar at times? Absolutely. Do I think we would be great friends? Probably, but I'm too irrelevant. However, I don't think we're the same person, and I think that this video kind of proved that. I think a lot of times whenever people comment that, they have good intentions, but it does hurt whenever I'm being myself and making the videos I want to make and just having fun, and then someone accuses me of trying to be her, and I don't know, it just kind of puts me down a little bit. I'm really nervous about this video for some reason, but if you like the video, please show some support. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. I don't know, that would just be kind of nice. That's it for today's vlog. Bye.